Hello everyone, this is Chaim Durst, the Wordmuse. Today I'd like to talk about one of the most interesting techniques you can use to create a gripping personal statement, and that is layering or blending. Different genres of writing, different types of writing, or different perspectives in one personal statement. You are an incredibly layered person. You have aspects of yourself that your parents relate to and know. You have aspects of yourself that your friends know. And you have aspects of yourself that only you know. How can you layer those in a way that's intriguing? When I was a child, I fell in love with archaeology. The idea of digging down through layers of detritus to find clues about a city's growth or about a civilization. Just so, you need to be able to do that in your personal statement. And one way that you can do that is by adding different visual or thematic layers to your statement. One of my favorite essays from a young lady who ended up getting into Stanford was she had poetry on one side of the page, and then indented she had prose that was relating to the poetry, but told a complete story just by itself. The poem told a complete story, and the prose told a complete story, but woven together, they created this dynamic and robust interchange of ideas. Another one of my favorites is a person who has a prayer, who has two people sitting at the table who are listening to the prayer and thinking different thoughts and behaving in different ways. So it's like three different characters in one statement, and yet they're all representing aspect of the writer. That's what's key here. This isn't a drama. This isn't a play. This is a demonstration of your character. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use dramatic techniques, but as long as they serve to show something about your identity. This isn't just about showing off your literary prowess. Everything should be to serve to answer the question, who are you? How did you get that way? And who do you desire to be? I'd like to give some examples of layering from a young lady's essay here. I'd like to then talk about multi-layered essays. Why are they so important? Well, because you are multi-layered. You have so many different aspects of your personality, from being a scholar, an athlete, a musician, a friend, a volunteer, a leader in different clubs. How can you convey so many sides of your personality in such a short essay? Well, one way to do so is by layering your essay. Think about your favorite film or favorite book. It often follows different characters. Each chapter may be dedicated to a different character, but they're all related. They're all intertwined. So one safe way to layer is by having two different stories or two different aspects of stories. Well, this happened in this part of my life, and then later this happened. And this is how the two relate to one another. A riskier way to layer is by having two different conversations entirely. You can have two different styles or genres of writing. And let me demonstrate that. I'm going to demonstrate a riskier approach. Only you know how much risk you need to take. If you're applying to Harvard and you have mediocre grades, then you may need to intertwine poetry. You may need to take more risk than you would if you're applying to your safety school. Make sure that you intertwine the strands of your essay seamlessly without taxing the reader. If you upset, frustrate, or tax the reader, you're going to lose the reader. Once again, here's an example from a risky style of layering. You're the one I confide in, the one I tell everything to. You're my golden child. At least that's what I make you believe. I feel alive again, young again through you. With every single issue I have, girl fights, teacher problems, or emotions, I go to you. Your trust is the fuel of my life. I lay out my life for you to see and comment on. But I make sure to leave out the parts that anger you and make me look insignificant in your eyes. Okay, so what's happening here? If you look at it in color coding, you can see that the daughter isn't using punctuation, capitalization. I mean, small y, small I. And then you can see in blue where the mother's starting to talk. Just by alternating punctuation, the reader can see, oh my gosh, this writer doesn't feel empowered in relation to their mother. There's clearly many different themes at play here. By layering these two styles, these two conversations. Layering in this particular essay allows the reader to see the author's relationship with authority, family dynamics, relationship with truth and trust, friendships. All of those can be conveyed by just alternating the lines from the daughter and the mother. Layering can be one of the most powerful tools you use, but you have to use it wisely. If you confuse, if you frustrate the reader, you will lose the reader. As you can see, layering or blending, using different punctuation, using different literary styles, or just using different interjections can add a deep measure of meaning to your statement, and in the reader's mind, they'll be left with an impression of you that is multifaceted as opposed to one-dimensional. Thank you for joining me today. Once again, my name is Chaim Durst. I am the Wordmuse.